A much-needed win for the Dubs as they improved to 3-3 during this critical 9-game stretch. They beat the Jazz for the 9th consecutive time inside the Chase Center, 114-103, fueled by a big second quarter. The bench outscored the Jazz bench 51-27, and they get back to 23-23 before a big date with Oklahoma City tomorrow night as we welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live here at the Gatehouse in Thrive City with the Hall of Famer Chris Woolen, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. Things got hairy there down the stretch with the Warriors up 100-99, but they were fueled by an 11-2 run that was capped off by a Brandon Podziemski three-point shot, and Brandon Podziemski is shooting 45% in the 3 games since returning from the right abdominal injury. Pods, what is happening? Welcome to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live. And during that 12-game absence in which you were out due to injury, you've come back. You felt like you're playing. It looks like you're playing your best basketball of the season. Things look like they've slowed down, and your three-point shot is coming around. What was your biggest takeaway while watching the Warriors over that 12-game absence when you were out?
Yeah, I think sitting on the bench for 48 minutes for 12 or 13 games, whatever it was, it puts things into perspective for you, and you realize how much joy you have and love for the game, and how much it hurts when you don't get to be out there. And so for me, being an understanding of that, but also when you're watching, everything looks a little bit different from the sidelines than when you're actually out there playing. And so I tried to absorb as much as I could by watching these past games and try to implement it when I'm back here. And I'm feeling good. And I knew even through early season struggles that it would eventually flip for me because I worked too hard and put too much into it.
Pause. It looks like your chemistry with Dennis Schroeder is improving. What did you see while you were out that helped you guys improve your chemistry while you're back now?
I mean, if you want me to be really honest with you, I think it was our car ride we had back from Sacramento the game before I came back. He needed a ride home, and I took him home, and, we got to talk for, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just pouring to each other some knowledge, and he gave me a lot of advice because he's been through a lot of things, and I think that bonded us closer. And so I think I credit a lot of that to that because obviously everybody sees his play, but to be able to have an hour and a half car ride with Dennis and just share information with each other, learn about each other, I think it's helped us.
Pods, congratulations on a great game. I'm watching you, Pods, and talk about some of the adjustments you may have made. Steve Kerr's been talking about you guys maintaining your pace, and making the decision when to attack off the dribble, when to advance with the pass. Tonight I saw several possessions. You give it up, get it back, and then attack. Did you make some adjustments for your approach offensively?
I think it's just my duty as a point guard to, when I have the ball, push it, and when I don't, get out in the space so other guys can. And for me, I think, our pace during that stretch wasn't as good. And so I just wanted to, bring some fresh legs in and push the pace. And I think the 3 games, we've been really good with that.
No doubt about that. 20.7 rebounds and 6 assists for you tonight. A quick turnaround with the Thunder on deck for tomorrow night. Pods, go ahead and get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow. Great game, brother.
Keep building, baby.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Pods.
Anytime. Brandon Podziemski with a solid night, and he's been solid since he's come back. 9-20 from the three-point line in the 3 games since returning after his 12-game absence. Tonight, 4 of 11 from the 3, but he's moving that ball around, Mully. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, playing with a good pace.
And Bonte, you mentioned, I think, look, when you're not healthy, and especially your core muscles, your abdominals, that's going to affect your long-range shooting. And for Brandon Podziemski, it's a huge part of his game, having the threat of making that three-point shot so he can get some drives. When you're not making that shot and the defense is laying off, a lot harder to get by your defense. So the fact that he's making his shot, he's healthy, he's moving really quick and agile. He's playing great basketball since he's returned. And as Festus mentioned, I think the chemistry between he and Dennis Schroeder is going to be key, especially now that Schroeder is going to be probably coming off the bench when Steph comes back, similar to last year when he played so well with Chris Paul.
What I saw tonight from Brandon Podziemski was pace. I thought he did a great job distributing the ball, getting to where it needed to be. Without Steph on the floor tonight, both Brandon Podziemski and Dennis Schroeder were both main ball handlers tonight. So every time he was able to get the ball downhill, he did that. Every time he was able to kick it up the floor, he did that. Those things are really important for the Warriors offense. We talked about pace all pregame long, and that's exactly how the Warriors played tonight. Outshot the Utah Jazz 92 attempts to 76. Mm-hmm. So to say that's what you want to see every night from the Warriors. But one thing I will say though is I feel like they need to take more car rides together. All right, that's what I got from the post game today. Brandon Podziemski got a 2-hour car ride with Dennis Schroeder
from
and
Sacramento.
they improved their chemistry. So everybody on the team needs to start taking turns. Everybody take a car ride with another person. Let's improve this chemistry so we can have a better second half of the season.
Where the Uber app wasn't working for Quintin Post, so Stephen Curry gave him
You know what I mean?
Or you could just sit in the locker room and talk.
I mean,
Instead of being cramped up in the car.
Something is different about sitting.
Oh, you're forced to talk then?
Hey, you make a stop at In-N-Out Burger. You never know. But he plays some music.
It's a lonely ride from Sacramento.
That's a long ride, man.
Highway 80 gets boring, man.
Dennis Schroeder. Well, Dennis Schroeder's sightseeing. Remember, he just came to the Warriors about 5 weeks ago.
Not much sights on Highway 80 from here to Sacramento. A few cows, that's about it.
Well, Dennis Schroeder, there was an injury scare with him in the third quarter. He exited the game with about 8:41 left in the third quarter with a knee injury. It looked serious. He needed help off the floor, but he would come back in at about the 3-minute and 21-second mark of the third quarter. So just about 5 minutes of action. He missed, and he dropped the team high 23 points, 3 steals, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. What did you see from Schroeder tonight, Bully?
Yeah, I like the way Dennis Schroeder, his decision-making, his awareness, went to attack off the dribble, when to throw ahead. I thought he did a really good job involving his teammates, made some clutch baskets, and, I mean, just really fortunate he's okay. I mean, we went up the floor, we were really worried about him, so he came back and played well. Dennis Schroeder stepped up as a starter tonight and got the win for the Warriors.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything. Schroeder came into the game as a point guard, pushed the pace. You saw more of that, being able to push the ball up the floor, attack the middle. He was confident and aggressive with his three-point shooting, which is what you want to see from him, especially as Steph Curry comes back into the game. You need him to take those threes. He did a good job of that, made 5 threes tonight, but you saw the steals, you saw the assists. And most importantly, I thought he did a great job trying to defend against Colin Sexton and Collier. I mean, these are things that the Warriors are going to need more of. They need that toughness of Schroeder, and he showed a lot of it tonight.
And the points off turns, whether it was 26-8.
Yep.
So that's all, a lot attributed to the guard play of Dennis Schroeder and Brandon Podziemski.
Point of attack defense was solid, and they needed it after a slow start in the first quarter. We always say, get off to a fast start. It's a first quarter league. Mully always preaches that. Well, the Warriors don't listen because they were down 17-7 in the first quarter. However, they were able to flip that in the first quarter, take a commanding second quarter lead. But down the stretch in crunch time, the Warriors up just 100-99. So let's pick up the crunch time tape with Moses Moody making a big play here to start off the crunch time shenanigans here. Again, the Warriors, they were up double digits, and we're thinking to ourselves, wait a minute, a 1-point lead? And then a big shot by Moses Moody to kick off this 11-2 run, Fezzi.
I mean, this is a combined effort from everybody. You saw the offensive rebound right there by Guy Santos. 15 offensive rebounds tonight by the Golden State Warriors. That's the extra effort that you need, especially when the Utah Jazz was shooting over 50% from the field.
And here's the pace. Pass it up court here. Pods with the dagger. He's feeling good. No hesitation. Very decisive. Warriors go up 10 there to cap off this 11-2 run.
Yeah, you see all these plays, too, unconditionally, just hitting the first open man you see and trust your team is going to make the right play. Simple play by Guy Santos. Pods makes knocks down a corner 3. But just, we talked pregame about when Steph Curry, who we're looking at there, is double-teamed. What's the answer? The answer's right there. Make the next right play, the next open man. If you're wide open, shoot it. If you're guarded, drive it. Make a quick decision and be aggressive. This could be a little carryover, build some confidence, not only in their shooting, but the playmaking, which is really important and really the number one thing. If they're going to double Steph Curry at half court, the next player, go be aggressive.
I'm really impressed with the fact that this Utah Jazz team, being a good rebounding team, the Warriors out-rebounded them 56-49. That's impressive. That shows 1-2. That shows grit by the bench. Everybody that came into the game, especially missing starters, really stepped it up tonight. Andrew Wiggins did a great job scoring, attacking the paint. Dennis Schroeder did a great job facilitating. I thought Brandon Podziemski increased the pace, made sure that the team was playing with that fast pace. But then you got guys like Quintin Post, Guy Santos coming into the game with energy. Yes, some guys missed some bunnies, but I thought Guy Santos' offensive rebounds tonight were incredible.
Right.
Both him and Kevon Looney were bringing that extra energy, extra effort, and were giving the Warriors multiple chances to look at the rim.
And, when they're moving the basketball and you're just playing unselfish and hitting unconditionally the next open man, all of a sudden you get a balanced attack. Would they make 18 threes?
17 threes.
17 threes. Yep. How many free throws?
31 free throw attempts tonight.
So that's big time. So you're not being reliant just on a three-point shot. When someone's open, driving to the paint, either to score for yourself, collapse the defense. And that's what I'm talking about. When Steph is double-teamed, it's as important to drive the paint as it is to shoot the open shot.
Yeah, Warriors with 29 assists, I should say, tonight in the 17 made threes. But it didn't start off all rosy for the Golden State Warriors. It gets an undermanned Utah Jazz team.
It's the first quarter tied, and they went on a plus 11 in the second quarter, 35-24. But the points off turnovers is everything to me.
Yep.
26-8. Warriors only had 9 turnovers. They make 17 threes. They get to the free throw line with 31 times. That's an incredible balance. But the big differential in points off turnovers, which is usually a stat, the Warriors are not always on the plus side in that area. So tonight, that was a huge factor.
And how important was it to do that? To do this without Stephen Curry, I should say. 29 assists without the chef. You make 17 threes without the chef. I think it's important to stack a win like this without number 30. Hopefully he's rested and ready to roll tomorrow against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it plays 2 factors. One of them is having Steph out of the lineup gives him rest and gives him a chance to recoup and get ready for a game like tomorrow where you're playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. When the bench comes into the game right now, and they play like this is confidence building for the bench, for the whole unit. Understand that they can play games. They can be in the game without Steph Curry at times, which we talked a lot about non-Steph Curry minutes. They can get into those games, into those moments, and trust in their work. Trust in the fact that you can push the pace. Trust in the fact that you can get defensive stops when you need them. Trust in the fact that you can run and go get offensive fast break points. So these are all the things that the Warriors got tonight and things you're going to need tomorrow because the Oklahoma City Thunder, they play hard and they run as well.
Yeah, to me, I think it's the combination of Brandon Pajemski and Dennis Schroeder playing so well together, and then the overall aggressiveness of every player on the floor. When Steph is back and they do double-team him, I think initially you're really aggressive, but you're also in the back of your mind, if you don't have a great shot that you like, know at the end of the shot clock, a lot of times Steph Curry does free open, but not just standing waiting for him. Making a play, take it if it's there. If not, understand he may free up at the end of that possession for an open 3.
So the Warriors are back at 500, 23-23. They beat the Jazz 9 straight times inside the Chase Center, but the competition, is going to go up another notch tomorrow night against Oklahoma City. We'll hear from Steve Kerr, plus KB goes